Now, when we access our routes like /rooms or chat or the root, they work as expected and we can see the pages as they should appear. But what if someone accesses a route that does not exist? Well, we get this ugly looking message. So how can we instead serve a custom made page here? In the UI kit that you've downloaded, there is a file by the name of 404. It's a static page that we want to serve if a requested route is not found. Now, I remember renaming this page as .ejs by mistake. We don't really need to do so unless you need to inject some data that needs to be rendered on the page. So let me quickly revert back to the HTML extension like so. Next, in our routes object, let's create a new top level key and I'll call it NA or not available. You can call it anything you like really. This would be a standard route handler function that accepts request, response, and next. Inside this function, we'll access the response stream using the res object, and using the built-in status method, we will first serve a 404 status back to the user. The status method is a handy helper function that Express provides us that simplifies the task. Next, chain a send file method, and here I want to construct the path to the 404.html file sitting in our views folder at the root. The last time I showed you the send file method, we used _dir name. And if you recall our fundamental lectures, I had demonstrated what this keyword actually results. The _dir name gives us the path to the file within which it is called. So if I use it here, I'll have to construct a weird looking path from here to the views folder. That doesn't sound too interesting now, does it? Instead, we'll use the process.cwd method. CWD stands for current working directory of the process. The process here is the server.js file, or the file that you invoked using the node executable or nodemon in our case. No matter where you call it, the process.cwd method will always resolve to the absolute path to the folder which contains the server.js file. And once I have that, I just have to concatenate in the reference to the views folder and the 404.html file like so. Now let's revisit our register routes method in the helpers module. The way we will get our 404 thing to work is by adding an else condition here, which uses a method called router.use to mount any middleware function that we want it to be invoked. The trick here is that route handlers work in the sequence as registered. This means that Express begins matching the route handlers to the incoming request in the order they were registered. By adding an else statement here, we are basically registering anything that is neither a get nor a post. Hence, this will register as the last given route or the not available route. Since it is the last mentioned route, it is invoked at the end and it is designed to serve no matter what route is called, because we did not mention a method or a route path here. So when no matching route is found, the control jumps to the last registered handler function, which happens to be the NA function, and this responds back. Otherwise, if a route handler is found, it responds back first. So we want the control to slip past all registered route handlers and ultimately fall into the last registered handler, or middleware in this case. The router.use works just like the app.use method here, registering a middleware function to either a given route path or generically to all paths originating from the root if a path is not provided, like what we have here. Now, when you access a route that does not exist, you'll get this page instead of the standard response that Express throws. This also sends back an HTTP status 404 as expected. For fun, try moving the NA route above the get category of routes such that it is the first element in the routes object. Since then it will be registered first in the chain, you won't be able to use any other route, since no matter what you access, the first given middleware will be executed first. Moral of the story: the order in which middleware functions are used in Express is critically important. The ones higher up are executed first and the ones at the end are executed at the end.